So thanks for joining us today. My name is Casey with Lead Pursuit, and what we're going to take a look at today is the brand new Warlord Games Blood Red Skies Battle of Midway set. We're going to take a look at that first. After that, we're going to look at the new Japanese bomber box and the new American bomber box. So to start with, first off, I'm going to tell y'all, spoiler alert, you're going to be impressed. Open up the box, you see automatically you've got your zeros over here on the left, your Wildcats on the right. They've done them up in the white for the zeros and then the blue for the Wildcats, and I'm going to get to a point of why I think they did that. First off, it's obviously easier, but see if you can see this. This, I'm pretty impressed. It's very stout. This is going to survive on the tabletop. Nothing is going to hurt this. This might withstand a 50 cal round. I'm not sure. So try to see if I can't get, you can see, but well, good panel lines. That wash is going to soak in there really well. The zero, okay, this is not the old zeros we used to have. This is stout. The wings are fairly thick. It's not going to warp. It's not going to bend. You're not going to have droopy wing syndrome with these zeros. So 6 zeros, 6 Wildcats. You got your tiny rule book. Just from first glance, I'm impressed with it. The color's vibrant. It's got lots of examples. There's a lot of historical orders of battle in here. Kind of goes into, it touches obviously all the rules, the traits, everything else. I do still recommend having the Airstrike book. The Airstrike book goes a little bit more in depth into everything. But overall, this rule book for in here for a starter set is great. And kind of like how I mentioned, it has a lot of narrative scenarios in here that pertain to Midway, and you'll be able to fly all these scenarios with everything in this box, which is actually really cool. And I'll show y'all what I mean by that in a second. So yeah, great job on the rule book. It's very easy to read, glossy pages, lots of scenarios, lots of material. Nice timeline too of the Battle of Midway. Decal sheets, yes. So it does have the water transfer decals, which is a nice bonus. I know the old Battle of Britain set, I want to say it had the stickers for the first time. So kind of what I was going to, it does still have the stickers, but with, let's say your game store, you're trying to get this game on the table fast, you can take these stickers and peel them off, put them on these planes, and they'll peel off just fine. So you could technically have these planes and playing, I would say, within 40 minutes of opening up this rulebook and opening up the box. We've got our cards here: Dauntless, Zero, Kate, Wildcat, Devastator, everything you need for your Battle of Midway. Dice. And they also included all the theater cards, aircraft trait cards, and the doctrine cards. Now, obviously, there's more in here than you would need just for the Battle of Midway, which is nice. So they did include a lot of extras, but those are in here as well. All your aircraft stands. And here's where I'm also really impressed. So here's the new hard plastic tokens and measuring things. Y'all remember this? Yeah, don't need that anymore. So you've got your firing range gauge, you got your movement ones, and I like these much better. So your discs fit in here. You have your high cover tokens, your laden tokens, and 2 measuring, or excuse me, turn gauges. So these are built well. Could you paint them if you wanted? Yeah, but I kind of like this color. It stands out and it goes well with everything. So really impressed by this part right here. 2 quick reference sheets, all your information, everything in here. Obviously, these are brand new because it has the new measuring tokens or measuring gauges in here. And kind of like I was saying, just looking over these, and if you spend maybe 10 minutes with the rule book, then you'll have this game on the table really fast. Now, here's also really cool. So here's the new kind of a hard board tokens and everything. Getting close. These ones right here, Brett, these are the high cover tokens. So high cover, I think it was in the Airstrike book, and it's definitely in this one, and it plays a big part in some of these scenarios. But yeah, these are the new high cover tokens. So you have your ships. You looks like you have American Africa carrier, Japanese, I assume Italian battleship, American, some Japanese cruisers, random destroyers, merchant ships. You have your Dauntlesses, your Kates. And what's nice is, so your Dauntless is right here. Flip it over, and you could have 6 Kates or 6 Dauntlesses if you want to. And most of the scenarios require about 6 bombers, so that's kind of perfect. Leading, you can just get them in there. These tokens right here, you got a plus green, then a red minus. I'm assuming they're activation tokens. I haven't really got that far into it, but they're pretty useful. If someone else knows what they are, that's, like I said, I'm assuming what that means. But really impressed by these. These things are going to last. They're not flimsy either. I don't want to punch them out yet, so we can show them off. But it's a good job on Warlord for that. Next up, they really are, Jordan. I like them a lot. Oh, no. So we have your clouds. I'm sure everybody has about 200 of these. But on the other side is you have islands. So, we were talking about the other day, we see a lot of battles. I think it was the last cast that Doug did, is you see these just plain sea maps and there's not a lot breaking them up. So this is actually really cool. Oh, okay. Thank you. There you go. So those tokens were the advantage tokens for the bombers, the bomber flight. So anyway, you have some islands, kind of break everything up a little bit, which is nice. And then we have just the standard, there's your activation tokens, boom chits, and everything else. Overall, this is not your dad's Battle of Britain starter set. This is much better. I feel like Warlord has actually listened. It's worth the wait in gold for what they've done. They've really improved on everything, and you can get flying the Midway battle pretty fast, and it's got everything in here that you need. Just get it all back in here. Does anyone else want to see anything out of here? Just let me know. Let's move this to the side, and we'll get to the bombers. So we'll start right here. This is the new Dauntless and Devastator Squadron. It's got 3 of each. And also what's kind of cool, let me see if I can bring over the box again. What I really like, and is a nice little touch, is they've included a mini paint guide. Now, if these are on some of the older boxes, I've missed it. But I really like this. Vallejo, everybody has Vallejo. Everybody has access to it, pretty much. And so it gives you just a small, real quick paint guide. So if you're like me and you struggle with color theory, this is very helpful. So, like I said, it's there on the back of the starter box, and it's back on some of their new boxes. So, right, like I said, you've got the 3 Dauntless, 3 Devastators, flying bases, tokens, and then their trade cards. Where's the good stuff? Here we go. Cards, and looks like actual decals, not stickers. Okay. This is obviously marine proof. I can't get it open. Okay. Once again, they're done, looks like in blue resin, which is nice. So if you're at a game store or whatever, just need to get on the table fast, don't have time to paint, then everybody knows blue US and Japanese are going to be white. So we're going to start with the Devastator. Good detail on it. So it does come with a little sprue to glue on the torps. It may just stick in there, but I would recommend gluing. Yeah, it really is a nice touch. And just for quick paint, like for example, it says for the Americans, Vallejo Pale Blue, that translates over to Citadel, I believe, Rust Gray. So pretty easy to paint them up. So Devastator didn't have the best showing at Midway, but still really cool and a lot for your other battles. Like the other planes, this is in, I believe, their new their new resin. But I like it. The wings are thick. It's not going to warp. It doesn't need any bending. It doesn't need to go in hot water. So we're good to go on that. Dauntless, right here, looks good. Same thing. Wings are nice and thick. It's stout. It's going to stand up to the rigors of the table. It's going to stand up to Brett throwing them across the room. It's not going to break. Pre-press. Got your bomb load modeled on. Yeah, Jordan, you can't really go wrong with these. They've really done a good job on these. And yes, they're removable. You can just glue them on. But glue, I haven't tried sticking one on yet, but I would think maybe you can remove them. But they also don't interfere with the flying stand. So, like I said, Dauntless looks good. I think everybody will be pretty happy with them. Okay, now we'll go to Rising Sun. So here we have the Val and the Kate Squadron. Same as the US. You've got your 3 Vals, your 3 Kates. And of course, like I said, really liking this. Just a real quick little, oh, this one actually uses Army Painter, so that's kind of neat. So we've got Army Painter and Vallejo. Pretty easy. You can just 5 minutes of Googling will show you what the paint colors translate to your brand of paint. Stands for days. Okay. Just like the starter set, they're modeled in white. Okay, we'll start with the Kate. God, it's a big plane. As you can see, there's nothing lopsided about it. There's no warping. Looks good. So, excuse me, this was the Val. No, I said it right. Oh, no, the Val. So, it looks like, okay, so this one looks like you're going to have to clip off the landing gear. I know this might give some of you PTSD from thinking about the old metal Stukas, but looks like the slots are pretty well cut out in there. So, a little bit of super glue, you'll get them in there. But this is a good looking dive bomber. You got your bomb load modeled on. And then, like I said, there you have your landing gear. Kind of wish it'd be modeled on, but I can also see how it would snap off pretty easily. Now we have our Kate. I don't know if the Torpedo was off-center in real life. I assume so, but it's not going to interfere with the stand. Good details, good panel lines. Stout, it's going to stand up to the rigors of gaming. And you're not going to need to bend it or anything like that. I don't see these warping at all. I do a lot of 3D printing, and I think these are going to be just fine. So kind of comparison. It really is. That's why I was like, are these hard plastic or is this resin? So, and for I prefer almost the hobby more than anything for the panel lines. These are nice and grooved in here, so it's going to really show up your panel lines for your wash, your Flory wash, your AK enamel wash, whatever you use, Nuln Oil, but they're going to be actually a lot of fun to paint. That's it. If you have any other questions about anything, I know it's quick and fast, but I just wanted to show you guys everything. I'm really impressed with it. Like I said, they've really, learned from, I think, the Battle of Britain starter set. This one just has taken everything up a whole notch. This is one of the things that impressed me the most. No longer the flimsy measuring stick. The rule book is great. I do, like I said earlier, kind of reiterate, I would still get the Airstrike book as well for some of the stuff in there. But if you want to play right out of the box, make sure you get the Midway box. Someone asked earlier, these will start shipping, from my understanding, next week. This was just early ones are for convention next week. If you're in Austin, Texas, next Friday, these will be on sale. Come see us. We're actually going to do a big Midway event at Millennium Con. So, but hopefully everyone else will get there soon. And if I don't have any more questions, I'm going to end this. Like I said, I just wanted to thank again John Russell, Warlord Games, Doug for letting me do this. And as part of, oh wait, what was this, Jordan? It does include it does include the airstrike rules in it. Yeah, the new rulebook does. I don't think it goes into depth as much as the airstrike book, but it does include dive bombing, torpedoes. I don't think it goes into so much as ground attack, but it does have the ship rules in there. So yeah, like I said, thanks again, Warlord, John, Doug, everybody, all of us from Lead Pursuit. Get your orders in, and we hope everybody's doing well and have a happy holiday.